welcome to Adobe Office Hours. I'm Andrew Hockrattle.
I'm Nick Longo.
And this is Office Hours. We nailed it. We got it. This is a show that happens every single Friday to help you, your students, your friends, whatever you are, whoever you are, level up your creative skills. And Nick, today's a very special episode. What are we doing today for our friends?
Yeah, we're going to help all you educators and teachers out there and give you guys some incredible, just valuable assets and things, but also show you how we can build it. We're going to use some great Adobe tools to build all the things you need to go back to school. And this is perfect timing because I'm kind of doing that right now. And I'm excited to kind of go through this, and us both being teachers in our own worlds, we're hoping we can help you guys out as much as we can.
Yes, it is back to school season. So Nick is an educator. I also am an educator. We're getting ready to go back to school, and we want to tell you a little bit about Office Hours and what it is. If you are a regular and you watch this show all the time, you're watching that replay, hit Control Right, and it will jump you straight into the lesson and the stuff that we're going to be creating today. If you are watching live and you're a regular, open up Photoshop, open up Illustrator, open up Express, because we are going to be all creating together to build resources for our educator friends. So the place that we are going to be putting our assets right here, we are going to be doing it in Discord. So right over here, discord.gg/ACC. That is the place that we are going to be dropping our assets. If you are one of our regulars, or if you are designing along with us, go put it in Discord. If you're watching the replay, you want to make something for the educators, drop it in Discord, and I will make sure that our educator friends can get that. If you are an educator, this is where your resources will live. This is a link. You can scan it. You can type it in. You can copy and paste it. We will drop it down in the description as well after this episode. This will be the place that you can get everything that you need and all the things that we'll be creating on the stream today. Right there. That's the link. So we're all working together. Now, Nick, let's talk about what is Office Hours. Let's give our friends a little view.
If it's your first time joining us, we're here every Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we've been on for about a little over 2 years now. And we've been putting together Friday shows that are just helping you up your creative game, whatever it might be. We explore all of the Adobe programs and different ways they all fuse together to make you a more confident and better designer. We started as a great portfolio review place, and it's evolved to where we're at now. And we're doing these basics, and stuff like this is really good too, because I think teachers and now being a teacher, I know that how hard it is to get back into the swing of things after your summer break. It is the hardest thing to get there. But in week one, you're flying, right? You're already like into it 100%.
Yes.
So hopefully this is going to help you get there a little bit more confidently and a little faster.
Yep, absolutely. So if you want more information about Adobe Office Hours, you can just type into YouTube Adobe Office Hours, and we have a playlist that comes up. We have over 100 episodes with all kinds of resources for you educators if you want to learn about design, or for your students if they're looking to have more interaction. You could even put it as part of your curriculum if you like. If you want to teach them about business, if you want to teach them about pitching to clients, we have content for all of those things, basics in Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, whatever you want to learn. We have an episode for it, and you can check that out. Just search Adobe Office Hours in YouTube.
That's a great point. I never thought of that too. Like what a great way to go back and look at something. It's like, did you watch that episode? And if you gave your students a pop quiz about an Office Hours episode, you must let us know.
It's true. Let us know if you need. If you're having that week and you need a day, toss on an episode, give them some homework. We got an hour for it. We'll be your subs. We'll be your subs. Yes. Anyone in the world.
There you go.
All right. So Nick, let's go ahead and hop into what we are creating today. And as you know on this show, we talk a lot at the beginning and then we jump in. So we need to do our transition for those people that just hit that Control Right and skipped through. So here we go. All right. Nick, I'll give it to you in 3, 2, 1. No, hold on. Wait, I hit the wrong thing. All right. Timestamp in 3, 2.
Welcome back. We are going to dive right into some great educational assets that we want you guys to have. I'm going to be doing all of these in Adobe Express, kind of for like the second or third time. So you're going to see me learn alongside with you guys. And then Andrew, what are you going to be doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be working over in Adobe Illustrator. So this is my screen. If it looks like this, I'll be in Adobe Illustrator. If you are an educator and you are looking to maybe learn design and kind of make your own things for your classroom, this may not be for you right now. So this screen is Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to be creating assets that you can just use in your classroom. Nick on his screen is going to be using Adobe Express. And this is a great resource if you want to learn design and kind of get started on your own. Follow along with what Nick is doing. I will be creating assets that you can use, just plug and play. Nick will be showing you how to create custom things that you can maybe change for your classroom. So Nick,
Perfect.
Where are we starting here? What is the site that they need to go to get access to this?
Yeah, you could see right here, I'm at adobe.com/express. And this is basically the welcome page you're going to be getting when you get on here. What I love about this is, okay, so we're seasoned Adobe creative designers, right? I thought this was going to be the dumbed down version of just like simple plug and play things. But as we get into it and as we see more and more this shown on Adobe Live, I'm blown away at this incredible app. And you do it actually through a web browser. So if you're out and about, if you're in school, if you're in class, if you're taking a break, you can just pop onto your iPad, your phone, your computer, right? You don't have to be in your classroom. You don't need all that extra apps or something to do it. It can all be done here. And the first thing I want to show you is this slide that I use in my class. You name it. This, you guys can do this in K through 12. I use it in college level classes, and it's basically an icebreaker. Particularly a neat thing to do when we come back after summer break. What could you do to encourage the class to get to know each other a little bit more and talk? So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to turn to Andrew to help me and pick what template for just a simple, let's call it even a flyer or a one sheet. What's the best template to just start with? Would it be a flyer? Would it be, you name it? We can go
so
custom.
I think once you get in there, there's actually some great options in Express. So if we want to go ahead and open and go to express.adobe.com, that will take you into the program, or you can click on that, get Express free.
Yes, there we go.
It should take you right in there. There we go. So this is what the interface of Adobe Express looks like. And you can see there are a ton of templates, like a million different things. And I think that if we wanted to do a little get to know you thing, I think it would be nice to maybe do that on a flyer, probably a flyer size. Yeah.
Let's do it. Perfect. So I clicked on flyer and we have our regular, and this is great too. We're going to get into this a little bit too. Multiple pages for slides and things like that. That's the second thing I'm going to attempt later on. We got that now by just this simple little icon down here, and we can continue to do multiple pages.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do,
as we get into this, sorry, real quick. Someone in our live chat said, are there templates for postcards in Express? There are templates for everything in Express. So you can see Nick scrolling right now. Those are templates for flyers. They're templates for anything. You can literally like just type in whatever you want and it will have a template for it most likely. And this. One more thing is if you are an educator and we have not created something that you need, this is a 2-part episode. We will be back in our next episode to create more things and show you how to create more things for your classroom. So if you have a request and you are watching the live show, put it in the chat right there. If you have a request and you are watching the replay, put it in the comments down below. We'll read those, and next week we will create whatever you want for your classroom. Just let us know. We're here to help, and we have an awesome community, again, in Discord that is here to help you as well. We're just trying to help those educators as they get back to school. We know it can be hard, so if you need graphics, we got you. Let us know.
Perfect. There you go. All right, so the first thing I found was by searching ICE, I wanted to do something maybe I just need a head start. I don't have a lot of time to create anything. I just want to do something fun that's going to engage the students a little bit. So I picked this one here, and all I'm going to do is when I click on coffee, I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to call it breaker. There we go. So now I've got this icebreaker kind of headline ready to go. We can have some fun here, and you can see everything's kind of grouped together as I get it. Now, I'm assuming too, we get group very simply. The neatest thing about this is how intuitive it is. When I've selected 3 things, group just showed up in my edit selection, ready to go. So I'm gonna group that there. And then what I wanna do is kind of scale this down. Oh, look at that. We had one missing there, I guess, right? So can you do this? Yes, you can. Look at that. Group that. And then we're gonna make this a little bit smaller, and we'll bring it up to the top like this. Perfect. So now I have this, get rid of our little thing here. So I've got my questions ready to go. So what I have is I have about 4 questions. I'm just going to copy the text in here. Now, when I come over back here, I'm going to hover over here and we're adding text. And look at this. You get this simple kind of like, how do we want this to do? You got phrases, you got paragraphs. I'm looking for like maybe lists. Oh, perfect. Look at that. We got it ready to go. So let's click on this one here. And then there we go. We got that ready to go. Oh, I got 2. Grab that here. Get rid of this one. Perfect. Now we have this.
What's great is I love that you can just like click and drag. Like it's very plug and play by just clicking their resources, graphic resources, icons, all kinds of stuff that you can just click, and you don't have to like worry about importing and stuff. You can, but it's so easy just to be able to click.
Exactly. So I'm just editing a little bit here and kind of going, okay, you know what? I don't need this. All I really want is that list that was here for now. So we click this. So we are going to double click on that and I get this edit text area. I've copied from my notes section here the copy I want, and there it is. So I've got my simple stuff here ready to go. And I'm assuming I can probably number this if I want to, correct?
Yeah.
So let's take a look. We're going to go through here. I'm assuming it's going to be, where would it be? You might have to help me on
Are you
this
looking to do bullet numbers?
Give me bullet numbers, correct?
Oh, no. Just type them in is the answer.
Oh, okay.
Just type this. Sorry. That is though, actually, this is going to be a transition, a hard transition, but we'll do it. I'm starting to work on some assets on my screen, but for those designers out there that want bulleted lists, that is now a feature that is available in Adobe Illustrator. So it used to not be, and it is brand new. So check this out. If I right here type in a couple different lines, I can actually go into my properties, window properties. And then down here in my properties, I can turn on bulleted lists now. So you can turn on numbers, you can turn on bulleted lists. Brand new, just came out this week. So
incredible.
Little side thing.
Look at that.
Nick
I love that idea.
is back here in Express. Go for it. Yep.
There we go. So I'm just trying to get this to be in maybe one line each. Do I have to bring this maybe down just a little bit? Let's go to 55, maybe a little bit less here, 50, and spread this open so I can get that right. There we go. So I'm just trying to figure out what else can I do here that would be kind of fun. I'm going to change this to white. So I've got my questions ready to go. We can add some more graphics and have some more fun here as well. But let's say this is ready to go. What would my next steps be? I can download this, correct? So I can download here. If I wanted to actually have this and save it as a PNG, as a JPEG. I love the fact that you can do a PDF, because most of the time what I'm doing is I'm putting all my notes in a file that my students can access. So I'd rather them have like a PDF that's editable and they can highlight the text and do whatever they need to do.
Yep.
So I love that we could do that. Or I could just hit share and we can publish this as a link. But look at the coolest thing too. I could put this thing on the board or on the screen. So if the students want it, they can just hover up with their phone and they can get it through a QR code.
Yep. So, that is actually one of my favorite things in
Unreal.
Express, is to be able to like make something and then just scan from your phone. So here, let me do this real quick. Nick, we're going to try to do this live, y'all.
But I'm going to go through really quickly. I love these icebreaker questions. Have your students introduce themselves. Have them ask what they want out of this classroom. This is a great chance to get, if you're building your curriculum like I do, kind of like I customize it through the weeks, you get to know a little bit about what they want. Then I ask them like, what's their ultimate design job? But the fun thing you can do is ask them something. This can go for any class. One interesting fun fact about them. And that'll be a way someone will remember something about each student in your class. You could do this remote, virtually, and you could do this in person. It's such a cool tip. I do it every year.
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah, it is really a great resource. And that is something that, as you can see up there are options for exporting. So you can go to Google Drive if you want. You can make it a template, invite your friends, and you also can schedule it, which is a new feature. We'll show you that in a minute. If you're using social media, you can schedule that there. But Nick, can we go ahead and download that just to see what it looks like when it's finished and exported?
Yes. So I'm going to download, and we're going to go to PDF, start the download. There we are. Just completed, ready to go.
Magic.
Isn't that great? I've got it in my downloads file, and now it's just a PDF that we can share and use. This is something we'll put in our shared asset at the end of the program, so you guys can have this and have that for future use.
Yep. Cool. So that's how you create a nice little icebreaker really quickly in Adobe Express. We're going to go back to Nick in a second, and he's going to create some more stuff in Express with you. But I'm going to hop into Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you are a creative and you want to help out those educators, let's make some welcome back. I think welcome back slides are always fun. It's something that you can put up in your classroom if you have a screen. It's something that you can send out in an email, maybe if you have communication with parents, with students. And so I'm going to show you an easy way to create a bunch of different variations. And educators, yes, you'll be getting all of these variations. So I'm going to drag out a few little boxes, and I'm just using M, which is the rectangle tool. I'm going to make copies of those hitting Control D. Make a bunch of copies, and I'm going to establish a little color palette. So I'm going to come up here and just grab some colors from these illustrations. These illustrations were done by my friend Emily Poulin. If you want to follow her on Instagram, absolutely amazing designer. Incredible. One of my favorites. Why can't I grab this color? Andrew's on the struggle bus right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
is it
okay. No, I'm good.
There it is.
There we go. All right, so I'm just going to use the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to grab these colors because I think that they're really fun, and we can incorporate them kind of into our classroom vibes. Maybe we do this red, and then we need a nice, like, kind of white or gray.
Nice. Good little palette there. It's screaming education to me right now.
It does feel very educational. Do we do pink?
Yeah.
Let's put the pink in there. Why not? All right, so super fun colors here. And what I can do is I can just select all of these, and I'm going to make a palette by going into my swatches, clicking on this folder right here, and that's going to do a color group. And I'm going to make this back to school, BTS.
Very nice.
All right, so we have all of our colors here, and now I can start adding an element. So I like my type here. I'm actually just going to leave this pretty much where it is. I might try a different color. Ooh, that's fun. And then I'm going to kind of drop these pieces as stickers kind of around my background.
This is so Andrew.
It is. I'm very like stickery. Like my design
scattered
aesthetic.
Stickers.
Yes.
Let's have some fun. I love it.
This is my
Kinda
design
looks like
aesthetic.
This is like when you I'm almost imagining the front of a locker with all this on there too. You know?
Yes. Anytime that I can go back to like my high school, actually, I don't want to say that because high school is terrible, but yeah, no, anytime I can like get that aesthetic of like mid 2000s, like just, and my mom was a teacher for 30 some years.
Same with mine. Yeah.
And so I love just the kind of feel of the classroom.
Yeah.
So we will be exporting all of these educators as individual stickers. If you want to use them, I will have files that you can just kind of place wherever you want in your composition. So I'm just going to put these little guys.
Stickers are my design aesthetic.
Absolutely.
So, Andrew, I'm curious from chat, what are your favorite things about thinking about years in the past when you went back to school? What are the positive things that we can look forward to?
Oh, yes.
Drop that in chat because we're all looking for the good positive ones. Everyone wants the endless summer. Let's just be honest, right?
It's true.
Teachers are human too.
I'm going to make a clipping mask over this whole thing. And now we have this super fun clipping mask. I think that this looks really good. I think I might want to scale this down just a little bit, but I think that that looks pretty good to me. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a bunch of copies of this. And these are all going to go educators in that folder right here. If you missed the beginning of the show, you can scan this and it will take you to a folder with all of our assets in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make copies of these. So I'm clicking and dragging, holding Alt or Option. And I'm just going to make a bunch of copies. And what I want to do for you educators is I'm going to give you some color variations because we love color variations.
Yeah,
I'm going to go and select this artboard and go to Edit, Edit Colors, and Recolor Artwork. If you're a designer, you can go to Advanced Options here. And then down at the bottom, you see that there's randomly changed color order. Check this out. As I click it, it's going to shuffle those colors around and randomly replace them to make a new composition. Right.
So let's just be honest. You're saving probably 20 to 30 minutes by just having this randomizer color thing. to make for different palettes.
Absolutely.
So great.
And so if it's hitting a zone where I'm not really crazy about it, like there's some elements here that I'm not really like super loving, you can actually customize this by dragging the different things around. So I like that one. That's kind of fun. But you can drag these colors around. So if I wanted to, I could come in here, go to edit colors, recolor artwork, advanced options. And then from here, I can just click and drag. So maybe we want the oranges to go red. Maybe the dark greens are going to replace with this blue. And then maybe this yellow is going to go to here. All right, we're starting to get some really fun contrast. I want that type to go very... There we go. Nice, fun, hot pink.
I'm reading some of everybody's favorite things about going back to school. School supplies. Love that one.
Yes.
Learning new things.
Oh, I like that
I
one.
love this one. This one, where was it? Bliss says, I love getting a good trapper keeper.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and remember PG folders? Those were the coolest thing.
Yes.
I saw those at the store the other day. I thought that was really, really cool.
So something that's great, real quick, that I want to show this is not only can we change the colors. So let's say that we have a school color, right? And we have a graphic that we really like. In Illustrator, you can actually just select it, go to edit colors, and convert to grayscale. And it's going to convert that to a grayscale. Now, here's my hack. I'm going to make a shape over this that is my school colors. So my school, we were the Vikings, and we were red was our color. So I'm going to select this red in our color palette, and then I'm going to change the blending mode to color right here.
Perfect.
And you can see that it augments it so that it becomes that color. We can play around maybe with different blending modes. Multiply is going to make it really dark. But you can play around with the different blending modes and see if you can get it to land on a nice kind of red overarching. That's not bad.
That's really cool.
But yeah, you can find some really cool stuff by just doing that grayscale and then overlaying a color on top of it.
What would you say all of this is? What's the benefit of this?
So the benefit of this is really just to save time. Is you're able to create a bunch of things at the same time without having to spend a ton of investment on it. I like that
this is actually making maybe Illustrator a little more approachable to the person who hasn't used it yet, when they can see what these little shortcuts would do, you know? And to me, what I love about what you're doing with color and the variations of it, that's all about the engagement to the student.
Absolutely.
And I think students will appreciate you doing a little bit of that extra work to make the engagement so much better. I think that's the number one tip I've always read, is this idea. We're all coming off of a summer break, right? How do you get them to be really interested in the class? It's by doing these cool things. I mean, these kids are exposed to so much cool stuff every day, from their phones to, TV and YouTube. You're giving them almost something really as engaging here with just fun graphics.
Absolutely.
Love it.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put one more in here. That looks so bad. Let me do one to where the type is just white. There we go. So these all look really great. And what I can do is I can actually come in here, and I'm going to show you, actually, I'll show you how to export them in a minute. These will be going into the folder right now if you want to download them right here. This is the QR code. This is the link if you want to download these and use them in your classroom on your screen for those students.
That's awesome.
And yes, someone is saying you could totally turn this into a GIF. You totally could turn that into a GIF very easily.
That's awesome.
All right, Nick, I'm going to send it back to you, and Nick's going to head back into Adobe Express.
Okay, I just love what Chris wrote. He was looking for gel pens. That is the best. I mean, school supplies, they don't get any better. So here's one thing I want to do. I do a thing where every single class session, my lecture, I do slides. And those slides are meant to not only be there to engage as I'm lecturing, but for the student to have afterwards. So they don't have to take notes. They can basically go back to them as needed. So I want to make some slides, and I've been doing them primarily in Illustrator. I use maybe even like Google Slides sometimes as well. But one thing I love about this was I was looking at this earlier today, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Look at these things here. So I'm going to hit this one. This was a slide template. And this is literally like any other slide or presentation app that you have out there. And what I love about this is I teach a graphic design class, right? So I'm going to click on here, and I can edit the background. Go here, hit replace. Okay. And then little by little, I can look here and go like, you know what? Let's change camera to design. And let's say our first class is all about logo design. Look at this. So I have this logo, perfect image to use, which is fantastic. I love that. Oh, what happened? Where'd it go?
Try to
Let's go undo.
zoom.
Ooh, let's see. Zoom out. Nope.
Try to hit it with a refresh.
Ah, there we go.
See what happens there.
Hit it with that little refresh. There we
So
go.
for those of you that are asking what was the link, here is the link for you. And guess what? There are resources. These slides are now in this link. You can use them wherever you want. Unlicensed, licensed, do whatever you want. They're for your classroom. We're here to help you. So there are resources in this folder for you right now. There will be more coming as we continue on this. And if you are one of our viewers that's watching this and you want to be a part, literally go ahead and make anything for educators. You can make a sticker, you can make a slide, you can make a pamphlet, a newsletter, whatever you want, and go to Discord. And you're going to drop that in our Discord right here in the homework channel, Office Hours Homework. It's right behind Nick's head right there. Office Hours Homework. You can drop it in this channel. I will make sure that it gets into the folder and that it gets to our educators so that we can give them some great resources. So fire up your favorite design program and make something for your favorite teacher.
Love that.
All right, Nick, we're back.
So we got this going. I picked a really cool thing here. This could be my day one slide kind of template that I love, and we got this ready to go. So I've got my cover ready to go, and this is usually what I have up when we were starting. But I'm going to hit this, and we can now. Would the best thing to be add a page, because that would probably duplication is going to give me a double, right?
Yes.
Would I go add page here?
Yep.
Perfect. So look at this. Same as this page. On Instagram.
This is a brand new feature, and it is so brand new. You're gonna like this. Andrew's usually like on top of things and like, hey, I can show you how this works. Andrew has not used multiple pages, and so I'm very excited to see what the vibe is with multiple pages. You can see down at the bottom, it has now a 2, and you can actually hit that arrow to go back and forth between pages. And so this is a brand new piece of Express that has just launched, which is awesome.
Wow, this is great. So I've got my second page. And I'm assuming too, I can go to like layout. We can look at here and see what we're trying to do. We've got some really cool ideas here. I know this is going to be like my game plan page, right? So let's just pick one and see what happens. So we get a little bit of something here ready to go. So if I want, we can take this one up, take this one off. We'll add some text here. And let's get a good headline. So we're going to scroll through here. I like this breaking news one. So we're just going to throw this here, right? And let's click and edit on it. And this is going to be my game plan. So this is like the first slide I would show after we started the discussion. We're getting into everything. And I just love to give the students kind of a bit of what we're going to be doing for that time. Did you ever do this with like, to me, like, I don't know if it was just me as a student too, but I love to know at the beginning, like if a teacher gives me an agenda, I'm feeling a little bit more like, okay, I know what's going to happen with today.
Yes.
Right?
And like, okay, this is like the dumbest thing. I actually do this on presentations that I give because I feel like if I watch it, like somebody doing a talk and I'm like kind of bored with what they're talking about, I put on the bottom right of the slide what's coming next, so that you can like look forward to something, right? So whenever like, oh, this like slide's kind of boring, I'll always put like, here's what's coming up next.
There you go. So here we go. I added just another one here. I'm gonna drop in my copy. Here it is, and let's make it a lot smaller. So I'm gonna go like to 122. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just starting. I've got all my elements, but here's where I can just make these a little bit different. I like that you get this. This is really cool to me because all I did was I duplicated the game plan, but it noticed that like maybe all caps isn't the best thing for here. So notice this new section that you have font and recommendations. I love this one here because this is going to give me a nice, simpler, easier to read upper and lower class, lower class. I'm reading the stupid stuff.
It's so hard to talk
upper and lower case.
And what I love about this too is I think that for educators, if you're an educator and you are wanting to like create stuff for your digital classroom, for your classroom, there's no guesswork here, right? You probably hear, like you probably maybe watched a stream on Adobe Live before and they're like, all right, we're looking at good type hierarchy. And you're like, what's a hierarchy? Like what? You don't need any of that. If you use Adobe Express, you can click on that text box. And it will suggest fonts for you. It will suggest pairings for you. Everything is right there, just one click, and it can start to look really, really good.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, can we get like a clip board kind of graphic or something in there. There we go.
Yep.
Perfect.
And we can see there, real quick, Nick, can you leave that open?
Yes.
So on the side, there are a couple different pieces that Nick's working with. And you can keep working, Nick. I'm just going to talk.
Yeah.
But you can see that there are photos, there are shapes, there are design assets, and backgrounds. So if you're looking for simple shapes, you're going to go to shapes. If you want things like a clipboard, like some of these kind of stickery pieces that I'm showing here, you're going to go into design assets. So those will live in design assets for you. And I will show you actually how you can upload your own because I'm about to export these. But Nick, what are we doing here? Nick, this is looking great.
Yeah. So all I did was like, I wanted this, I got that clipboard thing in here, but unfortunately it was like way down here on the layers. So when you click on the layer stack, you literally get to move things around. So watch, if I move game plan below the clipboard, it's obviously not visible. But to me, I think this is probably the best layer interface I've ever seen.
It is.
I love it. Literally just looks like stacked cards, right?
Yep.
So watch this. Game plan up on top, ready to go, and we are there. So I've got kind of like my second slide ready to go. I've been doing this. This to me is like kind of, I can see like going through this a few times, and you can save this, go back to it, and now you have a template that you've used already. Going back to what we talked about with like Andrew's earlier one, you're getting this engagement with the students by giving them some more stuff. And I love giving them these notes so they don't have to worry about taking it. They have it and they can always go back and use it again.
Yep. And we do have somebody in our live chat that is saying, is layers what we meant by multiple pages? No. So Nick, can you actually scroll through the pages?
Yeah.
So see at the bottom there, we have
there
multiple pages to this document, right? We're creating a presentation that we're going to export as a multi-page PDF so that we can just present it to our students. We can send it as homework. You can really create those multiple pages and make an awesome, really in-depth presentation here. So Nick, I'm going to let you keep going there and building that out a little bit more. And I'm going to hop back over for our friends who are creatives. A lot of people just jumped in. I'm guessing you came from Twitter. I'm guessing that you came from YouTube. You came from somewhere. Hi, hello, this is Office Hours. Welcome to the show. We're making stuff for educators, and you can join us by going to discord.gg/ACC. We have a resource for our educators we are uploading files to. Right here, these are all going to educators. So if you want to, you can post in Discord. I will upload to our shared folder. And right now, educators, I am going to give you all of these stickers to use as resources. I want you to be able to put these wherever you want. So what we're going to do first is I am going to go ahead and use these assets and educators. Not for you. You don't have to do this design. You get the end product of this. I want to show our friends who are creatives how to export to get you things, to get you stickers, to get you assets and graphics. So check this out. Here's what we can do is we are just going to, we have these awesome illustrations here, is I'm going to hit Shift O, and that is my artboard tool, which you can see over on the side here. And all I need to do with the artboard tool is double click on each of these objects. It is going to make an artboard that is perfectly around each of these objects. So you can see it's going pixel perfect to that edge. These do have a white border on them, which is why it looks like it's going a little bit off. There's a white border, it's just on a white background. So if I double click on this, boom. So now I have all of these artboards looking great. And these are all stickers that I can export. Now, the easiest way to export all of these for our educators is to go up here and go to File, and we're going to go to Export, and then we're going to click on Export for Screens. So this is going to open up everything that is selected. These are all of these artboards, right, that have been selected. Now check this out. I can click in here.
Best feature in the world.
Yes,
right now.
It is. So I can go in here.
And I learned it at Adobe Max.
That's it. And I'm just going to name these. So I'm going to name these backpack blue, green. And what's great is when these export, they are going to export with these namings so that you don't have to worry about going in and changing file names. Let's do this one homework, maybe.
Quick question for you as you're doing that.
Yeah.
Can you, as a CC subscriber, collaborate with non-subscribers on Express?
I am not sure about that answer.
We will look that up and find out, because I think that's a great question.
And I believe this is true, that you can access Adobe Express with just an Adobe ID. I think that is true. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that you can access it just with an Adobe ID, which is just signing up with an email in the Adobe ecosystem. So you should be able, yes, to collaborate with that.
Yes.
Backpack orange.
Hey, our
Oranges.
friend Rick in chat's going to be at Max. He says he's going to be at the HP booth. That's awesome. We will definitely come by and see you there.
Yes.
Both of us will be at Max. Hopefully, with a lot of you, if you can make it, please come.
Yes.
We're
It's
because
going to be a great time.
the best thing in the world would have the office hours meetup. It's happening regardless if it's 2 or 200.
Yes, it's
happening.
true. We're doing it.
Notice I say 2 because it'll be Andrew and I going, where's everybody?
That's us. All right, so I am done naming these. Silver, there we go. So I'm done naming these, and over here I have all of my different options. And yes, someone is saying you can access it for free without a subscription, but you can't access Adobe Fonts, which is integrated into the program as well. So some of the premium features, if you don't have a Creative Cloud subscription, aren't there, but it is accessible and you can use it.
There's always a standby solution for those.
Yep.
Yeah, that's always great about it.
So I'm going to set this to 300 so that it's very easy for us to be able to export. We are not going to create a subfolder, and I'm just going to pick the folder that I want these to go to. Hold on just a second. All right, here's what I want. Everybody open up that link. Let me go ahead. Our resources link. Office hours, educator resources. All right. So check this out. Here we go. I am going to export and watch what happens. If you have that link open, I'm going to go ahead and hit export artboards. And it is exporting all of those artboards for me. Now,
Perfect.
if I scan this with my phone right now, everybody pull out your phone. We'll go full screen. Everybody pull out your phones and scan this, and you'll be able to see each of those individual stickers that I just made, as well as the title screens that we made before. So get a scan. If you're an educator, scan it, grab that link, and check it out.
Perfect. Look at
Boom.
that. Come
Boom.
on. Don't you think too, just throwing in this element of tech makes it so much better for the students too?
Yep.
Like, you know, it's like when a student takes advantage of these kind of tools, I think you just come off as such a more engaging, collaborative teacher, and the students are going to love that.
Yep, absolutely.
killer.
All right, Nick,
Love
let's
it.
hop back into
Yeah.
Express. What are you doing over there?
All right,
and
so-
Nick, I have to confess, I'm opening
that?
Adobe Express right now because I'm going to show some Express stuff as well after this. So
Don't
you take
even
over, and then
compete
I'm going to
with
show.
me.
I'm sorry.
Don't even
I'm
compete
sorry.
with this guy.
I'm
I
sorry.
am the pro.
Gotta do it. You are. All right, what are we doing here, Nick?
All right, so I want to make a poster that I put up in our room, and this is a poster for. I notice when you bring in a new group of students, sometimes doing critiques, particularly for us creatives, could be a little difficult. So I like to put up this little critique rules to really just remind them of how to do a critique. So I want to make a poster. I'm looking in the poster section here. I'm going to go to view all, and let's kind of look through here. And I know they even have like an art section. This is like so neat the way it kind of just keeps diving down to where we want to be. So I'm going to click on that. Now I have like maybe 10-ish or so. So I'm just going to look for something that might be maybe a starting point or something cool that I can use throughout that. This is kind of neat. I like this one as well.
Oh,
So-
as we get into this, sorry, I need to cut in here. For those that are watching the live show, hello. We have a show right before this every Friday called Pro Tips, where we teach you advanced tips in programs. And then there's a Q&A that's live in Discord with the host. And they just finished their Discord Q&A.
Oh,
and people
look
are
at them
popping
all.
over
There
from
they are.
Discord.
What's up, Voodoo Val
Hi,
and
we got a
Cody?
Discord raid. So I just want to say hi to people in chat. Hello, Ray. We've got Voodoo Val here. Nice to see you joining us back from Discord and Pro Tips. And if you didn't see it, tune in a little bit early for office hours next week to see those Pro Tips. All right, back into what
Perfect.
you're talking, Nick. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I love it. Now we have 3 at our office hours Adobe Max meetup because we know Voodoo Val's going to be there. She's going to be there.
Yes, and it
I
looks
think
like
you're-
about 30
you're
of you
gonna be
came
there.
over from the Q&A. So thanks so
Love
much
it.
for joining us here. This is office hours. We're here every week, so come hang
That's
out with us.
great.
Oh,
All right,
and
so-
today, sorry, I have to preface what we're doing. Today, we're creating resources for educators, and we are all doing it together. So if you just came from another stream where you were designing something, open your design program, keep it open, and join our Discord, discord.gg/ACC right below. And we're posting in the homework channel if you want to create anything for educators. It can be stickers, it can be pamphlets, it can be flyers. We are just making all kinds of stuff for our educator friends. So if you have anything, put it in Discord and join our show. It's a little chaotic today, but welcome. That's our vibe.
That's welcome to our life.
That's our vibe. Yeah. All right, Nick,
So
what are you doing over here?
I'm making my critique rules kind of thing here. I'm going to make
And
it
this is a
little bit
template, right?
Yeah, we
This is
just
a
found
really
this
cool looking template.
poster template. Again, if you aren't the designer, but you want to use these things for your class, look what I just created this in 2 seconds by picking a template and like I'm just populating it with what I want. So this is my poster that's going to go up in class to help with rules. So I've got my critique rules headline here. This is something I don't need. I need maybe this kind of copy. This is about the right size of what I want. And then over on one of my notes over here, I'm just going to copy the critique rules that I have. And then I'm going to come over here, double click on that. What I love about this is you get this little window right here that I can change it. So this looks like it's multiple things in one thing, right?
Yep, it looks like they're all grouped together probably.
There we go. So I'm going to grab those out. There we go. And then with this one selected, I can go to my edit text. I'm going to drop in by just pasting my rules, and we can move this over like this. And there you go. So I can see that I got this, like, I want to get them all one line. So we'll get them like about there. And then look at this, move over here. We got spacing. We got line spacing and letter spacing. I want to get those lines a little bit more. We're going to open this up. Looks really cool. And then we got all this ready to go. So I got my critique rules ready. If we want, we can add some cool graphics. Maybe let's say, what would be a neat thing to just add here that would be a cool design asset that you could think of? Art palette, no, something. I'm thinking like maybe let's do a laptop.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a computer might be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so again, this
here.
is a really, really great resource that's super easy. And I'm actually gonna show you.
Let's try that.
I'm not gonna show. I'll show you how to do something in a second. I was gonna have Nick do it, but I'll show you how to do it in just a second. Oh, that looks perfect.
This. It has it has just a really good kind of color vibe here. I'm gonna double click it. Let's make it a little bit smaller. It fits perfectly in this. Love the way it kind of overlaps the border at the bottom. Now look at this. I've just got a perfect little rule sheet I can print out. I love this too because this is something I would print and put right up next to the board. Or again, we've learned we can share this and download it in any format.
Yep. And Nick, go ahead and click on that little graphic that you put on there. Something that's cool in Express is that you can change the blending mode. So over in the corner where that opacity is on the right, you can change it from normal into maybe change it to multiply. And it's going to pick up all of that like goodness in the background. Yes.
Wait, here's even better. Let's even make it less. And then we can get like this. And it's behind it. Look at this.
Oh, that's cool. And you can take the opacity down if you wanted. So it's a subtle little watermark.
So freaking cool. Okay.
Nick's like angry about how good Express is.
I really
What the heck?
This is crazy. Oh my gosh. But you know, I could do this on the iPad. I could do this on my phone. You know, in those moments where you need to do something quick and you don't want to get out the laptop or whatever, isn't that the coolest feature?
Yep, absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna hop in and I am going to be creating something in Express. I'm sorry, Nick, I did it. I'm working off of a template right here. I just opened a template.
He got a little jealous. He just got a little jealous.
Yes, just opened a template because I want to show you how to use those assets that we just created. Also,
great idea.
I just wanted, this is a very selfish thing to do during a stream. I just want to say hi to our friend Flynn Tracy, who is in the chat. Flynn is one of my favorite people. He helps out and runs all of the content for Australia Adobe content here on Adobe Live. So hello, Flynn, and nice to see you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead one more time and show you this link. So right here, this is a link that you will paste into your browser. We'll have it in the description, or you can just scan it with your phone and then send it to yourself. But I'm gonna come back into my browser and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I go here. So it's gonna send me to our shared assets folder. In this assets folder, look at all the things that are in here. All these awesome stickers, all of these welcome back to schools. And let's say that I want this backpack to be a part of our Adobe Express. So check this out. We can click and then hit download. It is going to download that for me into my downloads, right? You can see down here, it's in my downloads. And so when I come back, if I want to add that, so in the past, we have just seen, we've been using like things that are integrated. If we have our own things, or if we have awesome assets that have been designed by a live show on Adobe Office Hours, we can download those very easily and then upload them to our design. So we're using a template here. We're going to customize it. I'm going to click on photos and then just click on upload photo. And when I click on upload photo, it is going to open up my downloads. Just want to make sure that there's no like sensitive information in there. There we go. There's a sandwich. You guys can guess what I was working on, back to school stuff.
Super hungry.
So here is that backpack, right? That is available to you educators for free. hit open, and it's going to place it into Adobe Express for us. So there we go. And educators, I made a huge error. And the error that I made real quick is that I exported these without making the background transparent. But thankfully, that's not a big problem because I can go to File, Export, Export for Screens. All I need to do is come into my settings. I'll change it to transparent. I'll hit Save Settings and export those artboards, and it will replace all of those. And the cool thing about the storage system that we are using is that it is replacing those in the actual file. So right now you can see that they have those white backgrounds. When I refresh this, no white backgrounds. So it automatically updates. No change has had, no link has had to change. But I'm going to re-download this real quick so that I can come back into Express, and I am going to replace this image. So I'm just going to click here, hit replace, and from there I'm going to upload that photo that I got. So there we go. Now I've got this nice little fun backpack looking cute as all get out. And we're going to put it up maybe in the corner here. So what's great too is I can actually grab these different assets that are happening in the background and move them around. So let's look and see what's happening. There's a lot of assets happening here, but this type that says back to school, I want it to say welcome back. So I'm going to go to welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm going to go welcome back to school. There we go. And there is a cool feature that is turned on this type. If you come over here, I can actually show that it is magic, right? And it is capitalize fit, which means that it's going to capitalize all those letters and fit it. Now, we could do this on some other rotate and fit, right? It's going to get really crazy. But there are really cool kind of orientations you can play around with your type. I am going to zoom out a little bit so that we can see some more of this. Let's go ahead and go to 50%. There we go. So I'm going to delete some of this and then bring out our type so we can just get it a little bit bigger on the edge here. That looks pretty good to me. And then what I want to do is I can actually make this a little more fun. And yes, people are saying animation, animation, animation. Yes, that's what we're going to do right now. So what you can do is, let's say that we want to send this out to our parents. So let's just say students and parents. Parents. Oh, Chad, I need your help, please. Oh my goodness. I forgot how to spell. All right, so we're gonna have it say students and parents, and we're gonna put that right here. And we want this to animate in, to have some fun animating. So I'm going to click on the animation tab over here. Right there. And from here, I can do some really fun animations. Let's go ahead and do dynamic and watch what happens. All right, so this one is just flickering one word at a time. We don't want that. Oh, cool. This one is going to bring it in one word at a time. That's what we want. Yay, that's so fun. Welcome back to school. And I believe that it's loading it in the order of the layers, right? So if it's looking a little bit wonky to me, what I can do, and I might have just made this up, but in my brain, that's how it makes sense. I think so. So let's see if I switch these, what happens.
That is so cool.
It is. I love it. All right, so let me move this back. And then let me move this back. All right, let's see if that's what actually was happening. So I'm going to go into animation, and we are going to turn this back on. And let's go here and see what happens. Okay, it wasn't that. I don't know why it's doing that order. It's a mystery. So I'm going to do maybe typewriter and see what that does. There's all kinds of super fun. Ooh, I like that one.
You are now a motion graphic specialist.
Yep. And so what I can do is if I want to send this out in an email to maybe my parents, I can go to download, and then we are going to download an MP4. So we're going to start that download, and it is going to download that animation. Okay. And you're thinking, Andrew, I don't know how to put MP4 in an email. That's fine. Have you ever sent a GIF to somebody? Have you ever Slacked a GIF? Have you ever texted a GIF? Have you ever emailed a GIF? Guess what? We're going to make it into a GIF using the quick actions of Express. So you can come over here, click on Express, the little logo in the corner. And in these quick actions, we can click on video right here. And from there, we're going to convert to GIF. And we're going to be able to browse on our device, go into the downloads right there. And we have my project, which we didn't name. We're going to hit OK. And now we have our animation. You can see that smooth animation. and let's do medium size, hit download and watch what happens. So it will convert that for us and it will download that for us. And then we will have a GIF that we can send in an email as a header, maybe to our parents, to our students, wherever we need to be, right? Which is pretty cool.
Look at that.
I do want to give a special shout out to any folks that are watching over on YouTube. Hi, we're over on Behance in the live chat. We read the live chat and have a live show on Behance. So come on over behance.net/Adobe Live. All right, so it is downloaded and check this out. I can click right here and it will open. Look at the little GIF and it will just loop forever. We can drop this into an email. Super easy, super quick to make a fun animation for your classroom.
Again, adding engagement, making it a little bit better than just having it static. It's so cool.
Yep, it's so cool. All right, so Nick, do you have one more thing to show us?
Yeah, we could do something fun. So maybe we could get a little help from chat or yourself. I need to put together a little online etiquette form, and what would be the best way to encourage students to kind of like have these are tips that are going to help them with online learning, right? Like, let's say you're still doing it one day a week.
I love
what
that.
about maybe a Facebook post or maybe an Instagram story might be a fun way to do it? Let's say
so over in the corner,
online.
you can actually click on that plus, and we're going to do this custom. So we're going to do it custom,
let's
and
do it.
you can go to custom size graphic. Go ahead and click on that one at the top.
Nice.
And what that's going to do is you can see that you can actually go through popular social print. You can click on those, and it's going to give you like everything you need. So you never again have to guess what size something is. All of the sizes are here and ready for you to use. So let's say, that we want to do something maybe for Instagram. So we can go to social post.
There we go. We'll go right here. I love that. This is so simple and ready to go. Look at this. And I love you got the icons. You know exactly what you're doing. So let's go to Instagram story. Let's take a look.
Anybody here running a Snapchat classroom? It just seems like that could be an untapped market.
I'm still doing the Vine one. I don't know about you
doing
guys.
some Vines.
Yeah.
So as you can see, the templates that Nick has selected over on the left, there are still templates that will adapt to this size. So these templates will adapt to any size, which is a really cool feature.
Nice. So let's say I'm going to do online and see if there's anything in that zone that might be, or actually, you know what? I think we looked earlier. I'm going to go to virtual and see what we get here. Virtual classroom. Let's see what's there.
The future of classroom. Look at that. There's so many resources.
Look at that. That's really, really cool. So here we got like 10 icebreakers, but maybe what we could do here is I can just say 10 tips for online.
Yep.
So click on that.
And so as you're looking at templates, don't look necessarily at the content. Look at the design, the feel. If it's right, you can customize everything in all of these templates. So if something feels right, then definitely just grab it and go for it, and you can customize it.
So here we go. I'm just going to change that to our online learning etiquette, and then we'll call it tips. Perfect. There we go. And so we've kind of changed that right off the bat.
Something that happened here is that when Nick opened this template, it looks like it changed the size. But what we can do is you can go ahead and go over to design on the right, that little design button on the right, far right.
There we go.
Perfect. One above it, resize.
Yep. Resize.
So you can click on resize, and then you can actually change the size and watch what happens. Click on one of those. Yep. It will automatically move things around, right, into the scale for you. It's magic.
I don't even, like, what am I here for? This is amazing.
Right?
It's so great.
So it's going to resize it. It's going to kind of guess where you want things to go. A lot of times you'll have to do small little changes, but it's guessing where you want everything to go. And that way you can make a bunch of different variations in different sizes very easily and very quickly. This is going to save you so much time.
I'm going to do, let's see, graphic design. Do we get anything in there? Let's see. There we go. That's kind of cool. Use this guy here. Perfect. So we're ready to go. And this could be just don't forget, we're doing Instagram story. So this is going to be my first one. Now we just want to do a second page. We're going to add that same as this one here. But again, now we're starting from scratch, right? So now we can just kind of play around with this. I'm going to do this one really kind of just right from the bare bones here. First thing I want to do is just add my headline. So we're going to go to text. Let's go to something kind of cool here. Maybe this one here.
And when Nick says that he's going to build it from scratch, he means that he's going to get as much done in 30 seconds as he can because
Exactly.
the show's coming to an end.
There we go. I'll put the first one in here. How are we doing on time? Not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty close. But
There we go.
you can see how quickly you can create something. And again, put in your own text. You can create from scratch, or you can use the templates. If you're an educator that just wants the basics, use the templates. Start there. There's nothing wrong with that. And use the assets that we've created for you. We made a bunch of stickers. We made some slides, and there will be more coming throughout the weeks. If you have a request, make sure you put it down in the comments. So if you are an educator, we have a couple things that we need to talk about in the last minute of the show. One, thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. I can see Nick's screen still, and he's like adamantly working, trying to get something done for you.
I gotta finish this for you guys.
It's not coming down. All right, so you can join our Discord down discord.gg/ACC. If you're a creative that wants to make some stuff for our educators, drop it in there. I'll make sure it gets to them. If you are an educator, go ahead and drop a comment down below this video about what you want to see. We have a second part of this episode that will be the one right after it, and we'll be creating more stuff for your classroom. Also, next week, if you want to join us on Adobe Live, we will be doing 2 streams in Express, and I'll be showing you how to build a newsletter for your classroom as well as a Google Classroom header. So you can make a custom header for your classroom. So those are in Express, and I believe that they are happening at 8:30 a.m. They're on Wednesday and Thursday. Go to behance.net/live to check out the schedule, and you can find those streams. But I'll be live with you for those. All right, Nick. Any other encouragement or advice to our educator friends as we close out this episode?
Make it fun. Just don't forget, you're all coming back from summer. Make it fun. Do some collaboration. Have some fun with it. Work with other classrooms. That's a kind of a neat thing we can do now because of technology and things like this. So just try to break the mold. That's the best thing to do. That's
Absolutely.
what they need.
And if you're an educator and you're watching this, we love educators here on Adobe Office Hours. We will take a break in any episode to make you whatever you need. So leave a comment, send Nick or I a DM, find us on Behance, wherever you need, and we will help you out. We're here to help you out. So we'll see you next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours right here on Adobe Live. What time and what place, Nick?
Every Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.